Hello friend and welcome to another video. Tonight we're gonna be watching and reacting to the second episode of Stranger Things final season, season 5. I watched episode 1 last night and I took some notes of what happened because I didn't want to forget the things I wanted to mention about last episode before diving into episode 2. Yeah, essentially what happened was... No, wait, sorry, I'm not just gonna list all of this, even though I just wrote it down, but it's mainly for my own memories' sake, because I have a feeling that in this season a lot of shit is gonna go down, so I don't want to miss any of it. So in episode 1 we started off strong with little Will in the Upside Down, and I know that a lot of people, myself included, could never have imagined something like this. We were expecting an hopeless, frail 12-year-old, scared 12-year-old. Instead we got a full-on survivor. Because if you think about it, he did everything right, he did everything by the book. Even when he was just running home before being taken into the Upside Down, he ran home, he tried to call someone on the phone, he locked the door, he then decided to go into the shed and load up a gun as a last resort to kind of arm himself and prepare himself for whatever he had to be facing, because he didn't know what it was at the time. His survival instincts have always been spot on. We could see that in that first 5 minutes of the first episode as well. So basically what I wanted to say is that I'm always in awe of this kid. It definitely wasn't a conscious choice when I decided that Will Byers was going to be my favorite character of the 4. But it just happened like 30 seconds in and I was already like, okay, this one is my fave, this one is going to be my son. And then he got taken. Just my luck. But whatever. He's always been my favorite and I've always had a soft spot for him. I've always wanted to root for him. I've always wanted to see him do well as a character and be happy and fulfilled. If there's one thing that I would wish for this season is for Will to find his happiness and his personal fulfillment. I just want them to compensate the hurt and the trauma, the pain that they've inflicted upon him and multiply it tenfold in the opposite direction. So basically just make him the happiest chap you could ever dream of becoming. That's it. That's all I want. And if this involves a certain best friend with raven black hair, then I'm not gonna complain. Okay, but then moving on, we have the Byers living with the Wheelers, and this is a dream come true. As I said in my first video, I've read countless of fics with these exact scenario in mind. If this is in 1987, that means that they've been in this situation for 18 months, a little bit more than a year, to kind of account for the time skip that we have missed. Maybe it would have been too long of a time for them to actually be rooming together, because imagine that they are already so close as best friends, they finish each other's sentences, they're very in sync, they know what they're thinking without talking, all that kind of jazz. If it has really been 18 months, their behavior and the way that they interact with each other would be a lot more noticeable for the general audience, for us watching. So it's probably why they decided to group Will with Jonathan in the basement, so that it creates a little bit of space in the narrative. I don't know, I'm just assuming. Robin as a radio speaker is great, is a great idea because this job is just made for her. Obviously the whole situation of the town being segregated into quarantine and under military control is just bonkers. It was to be expected given the situation. Oh yeah, so Ro Vicky is a couple already, which I love, because it was kind of implied by the end of season 4 that they liked each other, but it wasn't a given that they were gonna be an actual couple, so I'm happy for that. Oh yeah, Dustin is being a target at school for carrying on the Hellfire Club legacy, which is bad. It's really, really bad. I love the fact that the boys are gaining so much confidence in talking back to the bullies now, and they're using the sarcasm and the intelligence to fight back with words, because the attitude that they show towards the basketball guys, I mean, whoa. Who even are those guys? I don't recognize them. They used to be kids that got bullied by that jackass Troy who was like this tall, and now they're actually talking back and showing attitude. I love it. Yeah, speaking of which, where is Troy? Yeah, one thing that I don't like is the friction between the core 4 and the fact that even though they're trying to be understanding and supportive, they're not actually fully understanding the depths of Dustin's grief. And all they want to do is just lay low and not attract attention towards them, but they can't understand the fact that to Dustin, this is almost insulting to the memory of Eddie because of the way that he lived, the way that he did not give a fuck about anyone's opinion and was unapologetically himself. So to have the boys constantly remind him that he should be laying low and not attract attention to himself and not cause any troubles, it's actually like a slap in the face, because it's like, how can you guys tell me to behave like this? How can you behave like this when Eddie taught us to be completely different and to just embrace our differences and be ourselves? I get it. It's a difficult situation. They are so restrained right now because not only they're just trying to be normal teenager with normal teenage problems, but the town is under military control. They have an immense amount of trauma to unpack and to live with. It's just complicated, and I appreciate them showing this friction between friends, but I just hope that they're gonna, overcome this, actually talk to each other and understand each other a little bit more and being there for each other, because it feels like Dustin is a little bit left on his own now. So I don't really like that. I don't like the way in which he's isolating himself. Okay, so the US military is still looking for Eleven because they deem her to be the cause of all of these problems. They're not understanding that actually her presence and her help and her abilities are actually going to be useful and a key to finally get to the bottom of this. And in the meantime, she's training with Hop and Joyce. I have mixed feelings about this because I know that obviously Elle is stoked about having regained her powers, but I want something else for her. I would wish for her not to be the superhero savior of the day for everyone all of the time, because at the end of the day, she's just a girl. She's just a teenage girl, and everyone always seems to forget how traumatizing her life has been. I would wish for her not to be used as a weapon so much all of the time by our guys, by the good guys, and by the bad guys as well. Everyone who tried to shape her and use her for her powers. I know it's not fair of me to say that they're kind of using her because she wants to do it. She wants to be better. She's pushing herself to the limit to be strong enough to fight off Henry, to fight off Vecna. And Hop, he's allowing her to train, but he's also not ready to let her go fully and to do her thing, because obviously he's scared for her, he's worried about her. And at the same time, Joyce is almost overbearingly protective of Will. She treats him like he's a baby still. And this is understandable, again, because this is a traumatic response of a mother forced to have her son undergo the most traumatic thing that he could ever possibly imagine. This is not to blame anyone. It's just frustrating for Will because he can be seen in this episode trying and asking to be more helpful to the cause, and her mom shutting him off all of the time. And I'm just gonna sit in the bench and do nothing and just hope for the best. That dynamic is causing a bit of friction as well in the family. The fact that Steve and Jonathan are competing for Nance is just hilarious. I did not expect us to still be in the situation after 5 seasons. I don't know, sometimes it feels like they don't really know what to do with Steve's character. So they're moving him forward, but they're always keeping him in the same place. Because what do you mean? Are you still so hung up on Nance that you're willing to act like a fool, make a fool of yourself in front of her and compete against Jonathan? Jonathan is also getting down to his level because they're being petty little city boys in this moment. And no one is better than the other because both of them are stupid. I'm just indifferent towards Steve, because apart from his development in season 2, when he became the babysitter and he showed that, oh, thank God he's not a jackass. Okay, fine. Then what? What are you gonna make Steve do to progress in the story, apart from being, good with the kids and a good protector and being fearless and brave and just jumping on the front line whenever it's needed? Then what else, Make him do something, make him grow as a person, and to kind of have him back to square one with Nance and Jonathan and all that bickering and back and forth is just pointless to me. For now, I don't know. I hope that they're gonna give him something else to focus on. So we have Murray helping the resistance with his insider ways as always. Them working, sneaking around the military operations for months, trying to find an opening, and they have developed a whole system for it, which is insane, but only them can understand what they were talking about when they were, setting up the whole Kroll mission. And yeah, Will is hearing voices and he's experiencing moments in time as if he's living them himself, and he's spinning. This is what I wrote. And spinning. Then we have Holly and Mrs. Whatsit, which is actually Henry 1 Vecna, because I already know from the set pictures of Jamie that I saw, dressed as an elegant man. Dr. K, She's with the US military, I suppose. And they're still the ones that believe that Elle is the problem and they're looking for her. Mike is stepping into his big brother role with Holly and just trying to cheer her up and not make her so scared anymore. Everyone at school and in the family think that she's having a traumatic response to the events and that she's seeing an imaginary friend. And she's always scared and so quiet all the time. She takes refuge in books and in stories, in fantasy. I love this detail because it shows that she's so like Mike. She has a nerdy fantasy gene inside of her. It's also understandable that to avoid scaring her any more than she already is, Mike is just trying to deflect as much as possible her questions and her concerns that monsters could be real and stuff. He's just trying to reassure her. But one thing that I wasn't expecting was for the adults to not be aware of what's happening. Like, I doubt that Ted's square mind could ever understand something like this unless it was shown right in front of him, you know? But Karen probably could. I don't know. I remember that I was weirded out about the fact that after all of this time, everyone is just sneaking around her, even while living under her roof. Also Joyce, you know, she's being very secretive and no one is spilling anything. No one lets her know what they're going through, what they're doing. Karen doesn't know anything. I can also imagine that if her life seemed empty and pointless at the time when everything was going good, let's just imagine what she feels now, like under quarantine, under military control, the fact that she can't leave Hawkins, the fact that she can only do her day-to-day basic task and having a full house all of the time. Guests running around, you know, poor Karen, let her catch a break. Oh yeah, Will looks for Robin and is shown to be very much in awe of Robin and just following her around like a puppy, like a shadow, and he sees her and Vicky kiss. I'm so used to reading fanfics, that a scene like this seemed like a fever dream, like I was hallucinating watching it in the actual canon show. It's almost like it has the perfect blueprint for being a scene written in a fanfiction. And yeah, here we are. He witnesses the kiss and is so taken aback, so awestruck that he basically froze. He couldn't understand what he was seeing. And you know what? The thing that I loved the most about that scene is how tender and hopeful it was. It was so cute. The way that his pupils blown out when he was watching them. He was focusing so much on their hands, on their arms, and the camera was panning on them. And only later, when he realized that they were kissing, he just fled. But before that, he was just focusing on the tenderness of it all. And it was so cute and so sweet. And it also shows what kind of character he is. It also shows us what he values, what he notices first. And he was noticing these acts of tenderness between two people in a secretive moment, having like a bubble around them, like the world didn't exist and it was just outside. They were so in love and they were so cute. And he was just looking at them with so much awe in his eyes. He was so surprised. I don't know, I'm at a loss for words. I love that tiny little scene so much. And I'm so curious to see if we're gonna have some kind of conversation after this. Because Robin saw him running away. So she's probably gonna be ready to overcompensate and just kind of overjustify what he saw to Will without knowing that he is the safest person that this could have happened with. And hopefully this is gonna lead to a much bigger conversation between Will and Robin. Just imagine. We used to pray for times like this. We used to imagine Robin being like a kind of gay mentor for Will. It's just amazing to finally see that happen in the real show. Okay, so Dustin then gets beaten up at the graveyard by 4 people. And they're looking for him for the crawl mission and he's not showing and no one is coming to save him. Oh yeah, and then there's the conversation between Mike and Eleven on the rooftop of the radio station in which Mike reassures Elle with fantasy lingo about a plausible happily ever after ending for all of them, which was a very weird way of putting that conversation. Elle obviously was relieved anyway, because it felt like a nice sentiment and it kind of worked to kind of cheer her up a little bit. I think it was an interesting choice of words from Mike's part. I might be wrong, but I think that all of this very strong focus on this fantasy lingo and on this D&D lingo that Mike always chooses to use in this season so far could probably be a very much direct callback to the painting and to the whole discourse that Will created around the painting. So now that Mike got his motivation and his drive and his energy back from that whole speech about the painting and about how he's the heart of the party and about D&D, and he's linking these feelings and emotions to the painting, which he thinks it's from Elle, he's always gonna try to talk to her in these terms, not understanding that she's not having any of it and that she doesn't understand what he's talking about, and she's trying to play along, but maybe she would want him to talk in a more realistic way. I don't know, it's just a feeling, it's just a thought that I have. Okay, last couple of things. Karen and Ted are fighting about Holly, and Karen is drunk. While Hopper is in the Upside Down with the Kroll mission, Will sees the Demogorgon attack like he's the Demogorgon, and this, actually, I'm so stupid, I was so sleepy last time. And I forgot to mention that this reminded me so much of the whole Harry Potter situation in the Order of the Phoenix, in which she dreamt from the point of view of Nagini the snake while she was attacking Mr. Weasley in the Department of Mysteries at the Ministry of Magic. It feels very much like that same situation in which he's point of view of the Demogorgon and he's moving like him, like it felt like he was running in his mind and, you know, galloping like the Demogorgon was doing, aiming for the Wheeler's house, and he was able to notify all of them, albeit a little bit late because I was like, hurry up, just tell them so they can rush through the house and do something about it. But you know, as always, the TV show timing is just so weird. Either time stretches so much that like 1 minute feels like 30, or it moves so fast and everything happens all at once. It's always like this, so I'm not complaining too much. And then, yeah, the Demogorgon is coming at the Wheelers and it's coming through Holly's bedroom. So yeah, this is crazy. I have absolutely no idea what to expect from this second episode. All I know is that I have to brace myself. It's episode number 2, and then I have another 2, and then we have to wait until Christmas. Without further ado, I think that I've just spoken too much. I'm gonna get another drink to kind of loosen up and prepare my vocal cords for the hour ahead, and then we'll be ready to go, okay? Let's go. Can you imagine? I'd be scared shitless. Oh my god. She's not realizing any of it is happening. Oh my god, she's so out of it. And Teddy is playing golf. Oh my god, he wants to take her. No, poor baby. Oh my god, this scene is so well done. She's so out of it. She's so drunk.
Whatever you saw, baby, it's just a nightmare.
No, not this time. Yeah. Do you believe me now? Oh shit. Jesus Christ. Go inside. Do something for once in your life.
What's your location? Over!
Picket, 5 minutes away.
You're way ahead of us. Radio as soon as you're there.
I will.
They're never gonna get there in time. Where are they? Am I wrong, or are these Demogorgons huge compared to the ones we've seen so far? Oh, they're under the water. Genius. Oh my god, Ted. Ted with the golf bat.
Heavens to Betsy.
Heavens to Betsy.
Karen,
What are you gonna do?
everything all right?
Yeah, sure. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Don't come for Ted. We don't like Ted, but we don't want anything to happen to him. Look at him. The golf bat is just crazy. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Hey, stay back. Stay back!
It's the... Wait, it's the first... Oh. You meant to tell me that this is the first time that Ted Wheeler ever saw a Demogorgon in the flesh. He must be think he's going crazy. Okay, like father, like son. Do you remember Mike brandishing any kind of thing that he could find in the scene, like that bloody candlestick as a weapon? Just batting away at the Demogorgon? Oh my god, what even am I watching? Look at that! He's got some courage! Shit! Look at the gashes in his chest! But how many are there? Is it just one or both? Or two? What is it with this family?
Away from my daughter.
And using everything that they could find as weapons? Straight in the mouth. What even am I watching? This is crazy. But if there's one thing that the Wheelers are, is brave as fuck. All of them. Jesus. And there we go, Nancy with a proper gun.
Nancy, what's going on? Talk to me. What's happening?
No. Oh, it's not gonna go well for long. No! Ah. Oh my gosh, she's losing so much blood. Did she manage to call 911? Oh shit.
Go, 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 go!
Okay, so there's a gate in the house and it's now closing. Holy smokes. Damn right, Ted. Whatever happened to him? He was bleeding too. Jesus Christ. This show. The Vanishing of Holly Wheeler. We were right all of this time. It was the title of the episode. But at what cost? She's still alive, right?
Heart rate 120, BP 103 over.
Got a male late 40s, multiple blunt impacts. Vehicle died.
Oh, Ted as well. Both of them. Both of the parents. Can you imagine?
Can't we stay with them?
We have to let the doctors do their job. We'll update you as soon as we know something, okay?
This is too much. They're in shock. Okay, so this is what the trailer was about. The scene with Nancy crying and wiping blood out of her hands. This is so traumatizing. Poor Nance. And he's just standing there like...
This is all our fault.
We got there as fast as we could.
Could have acted yesterday, last week, last fall.
Yeah, they wasted so much time.
After all this time, it comes for Holly? Holly, who has nothing to do with any of this. I mean, it makes no goddamn sense.
Vecna told me this would happen. He showed me.
And yet, they didn't take any preemptive measures to kind of protect their family more, despite this vision that Vecna showed Nancy. Yeah, I see her point. I see where she's coming from. She knew something bad was going to happen, and she blames herself for how little she did to prevent this. But you know, there was so much going on. Their lives were completely thrown upside down. No pun intended. So yeah, I can understand that so many months have passed without them doing anything of substance to try and stop this from happening. But, you know, what can you do? You're just victim of the circumstances in this moment. Because apart from Nancy having this inkling that something bad was going to happen to her family, Mike is also right. Like, what does Holly have to do with all of this? Why would we ever needed to worry about her in the first place?
Now it's all coming true. Like, don't you get it, Mike? Vecna's come back to realize his vision, to punish us.
I was so sure this was about punishment.
What do you mean?
Because if this was really about making you guys suffer, why leave your parents alive? Take Holly into the Upside Down and not leave her body here for you to find. Why not come here himself?
He kind of has a point.
I just know I'm having serious deja vu because this is exactly what happened to Will at almost exactly the same time. What date it is, right? November 3rd. Will was taken on the 6th.
It's almost the anniversary.
3 days away from the day that changed everything. I don't believe in coincidences.
True.
Not anymore. Not alone. Eleven's in there with her. And if anybody can save your sister, it's Elle.
Yeah.
And no one saw this intruder.
No, by the time she got home, the intruder was gone, along with her sister.
The intruder. I just feel bad for them, kind of, because they're trying to make sense of all of this when it's so much nonsense. Like, how can you even explain something like this to someone who hasn't experienced or seen it with their own eyes?
I want you to pull up all video surveillance within a 2-mile radius of this house.
You think it could be her, sir?
Now.
Her. As if she's the problem. When are you gonna get into your head that she's the solution? Where is she? Poor baby. Who is it? It's Hop!
Okay.
Sorry for... Yeah, about that. Something happened. I need to fill you in.
It's not safe. There's...
A Demogorgon. I know, it's bleeding. She must have heard it.
What? Who?
Karen, with her wine.
With her wine? What? Holy Wheeler? What are you on about?
Wait, god damn it!
Fill me in, please. I don't know shit.
It's like everything went kablooey all at once.
I love the way she talks. I love Robin's vocabulary. I wish I could talk like her. I'd be unstoppable.
Talk about like these visions. Were they like before? Like when you had your now memories?
Only more intense.
Yeah, amplified.
It's like I was there.
Yeah, like he was in the scene.
It's like I was the Demogorgon.
Yeah, just like Harry.
Seeing what it was seeing and thinking what it was thinking.
It's almost like you're out of your own body, embodying someone else.
I must have somehow tapped back into the hive mind.
We
Right.
severed the connection.
I don't think it was ever truly severed.
You think?
Maybe you're like a receiver.
You know, like a radio receiver, just a magical human version. Imagine that you have an antenna coming up from the top of your head. Now, he uses the mind flare particles like radio waves. And so when the antenna is close enough to the radio waves, the signal comes through clear as day. But if you're too far away,
Static.
Yeah, he gets it.
Earlier, I
Joyce
had
is lost as I
in the
am.
woods near the school. And maybe if I go back there, then I can connect back to the hive mind, to the signal.
Yeah, but how can you do it on
I
command?
know, but...
You almost died.
And Holly will too if we don't do something.
Gotta get the squawk back up so we can find Hopper.
Hopper, right, so this is about your boyfriend.
Easy, Will.
She's in there, Mom, all alone. I know what that's like. I won't just leave her there.
Damn right. Oh, it's so frustrating for Will. He's literally unable to do anything of substance while his mom is breathing on his neck.
Dad's in an induced coma and Mom's in surgery.
Jesus Christ, man. Well, you think we should go see her at the hospital?
I don't know if she wants to be alone.
No, we stick to the plan.
She doesn't need you two circling around her. As good as your intentions are.
You know, the hospital is on the way. We could just swing by.
He wants to see her.
Flowers or something.
Bring flowers.
What?
Aw.
I just thought that tonight of all nights, you might just give it a rest. This bullshit macho competition demands his attention.
He's clocking it.
Ever since I got back from Lenore, you were constantly showing off for her. How you're better than me, which is shitty enough on a normal day, but now her parents are fighting for their lives, her sister is missing, and all you can think about is giving her flowers. You selfish, chauvinistic meathead!
What was that? You selfish, chauvinistic meathead. I'm gonna use this insult for the rest of my life. I love it.
Me worrying about my good friend, my friend.
Friend.
Baby, you're the problem, dude. Because ever since you got back from California, you've been acting like a total paranoid pothead weirdo. If you stop focusing on me and started focusing on her,
Ooh.
maybe then the two of you would finally be happy.
Ooh, he's not wrong. He's not wrong, actually.
Now, the only one who's more miserable in that relationship than you is Nance.
Ouch, you hit a nerve there. Who's that?
You've got to be shitting me.
Oh no. Hello. He managed to walk back.
Take the Henderson shelter?
No, Nancy drove me.
Out in the open. You could have been seen.
We don't drive, ever, do we?
No.
No, we take the tunnels, and we don't surface until it's clear, until it's safe.
Holly was in danger.
Yeah, we had to act fast.
The Demogorgon has taken little Holly Wheeler to Vecna, some kind of early Christmas present. Vecna want with Holly Wheeler. What? How does?
Yeah, it doesn't for now, it doesn't, because we don't know. But it has to make sense somehow. It has to count for something, because otherwise it wouldn't have happened.
You haven't put any thought into anything you've been doing tonight. You've been acting on impulse, on emotion, everything I taught you not to do.
Hopper back there is stressing. He's like, damn it, how can I make this teenager understand what I'm talking about?
And not emotion. Instinct.
Yeah, you tell him. Oh, he's updating Max.
I wish I had better news. Hopefully my next update will be something like Elle and Hop saved Holly and killed Vecna and everyone back home celebrating and everything.
Hopefully. When are they ever gonna catch a break?
Can't win this without you. Even a sign would be enough to show me that you're still in there.
Caleb is amazing. He's such a great actor. He's so genuine. He's so natural. What? What is it? A wrinkle in time? Why is this important right now?
Did Holly ever talk to you about Mr. Whatsit?
Her imaginary friend from the book.
Cool today, she said that Mr. Whatsit told her there were monsters in Hawkins.
Hmm.
And he warned her that these monsters, they were coming for her. What if
Yeah.
Mr. Whatsit isn't a figment of Holly's imagination?
Okay, well, so who the hell is he?
I don't know.
And how does he know that Holly's in danger?
I don't know.
Yeah, I've just thought about it. It's new to me too.
I'm gonna need you to talk to that receptionist and do your best sad lost boy puppy dog thing.
What? Why?
My what?
And you're cute, and we're gonna.
You're cute. Well, she's not wrong. Mike has been looking exceptionally good so far this season.
So basically, of all the crawls, this was like the one to miss. So well done, Henderson. Really, really.
Maybe this is not the time to be talking like this to him.
Okay, for the future, when the lights go from really bright to really dim, it means the generator is surging, so you have to turn everything off.
Wow.
Immediately.
Great, thank you for that.
He's lecturing Steve even now. Usually I love their bickering, but now they're all so nervous and also tired and exhausted that it's like they're this close to a big fight. And I hope it's not gonna happen actually.
En route to the squawk.
When you fell off your bike, that's right.
Oh, it's not telling them what happened, what actually happened.
What did you fall into again? A knuckle sandwich?
Hey, can you keep it down up there?
It was Andy and his goons, wasn't it? You just poked the bear one too many times.
Your concern for
Henderson.
me is overwhelming, Steve.
My concern. I have shown nothing but concern for you since forever.
Forever.
Easiest thing in the world is like
You
turning
can't
off a
admit that
light
you were
switch.
wrong.
My mother could prevent
You
a power
can't
surge.
admit it.
Shockingly
You know what?
enough, I
Just-
think your mother.
Jesus Christ! Just do it for once. Just admit it, Henderson, that you're wrong. You screwed up.
Hey, can you guys shut the hell up?
Okay, I knew they were about to scream to each other. Okay, Dustin is fun, okay, but most of the time I don't like how he's low-key insulting Steve for the things that he doesn't know how to do. Like, he's always underlining how much he's lacking, you know? It's not fun when you do it constantly. And he's an older guy too, so it's like, stop nagging me, man. And also, I love how every time Jonathan tries to do the big voice, he can't. He can't because it's just so soft-spoken that even now when he's shouting, it's like, Jesus Christ, can you shut the hell up, please? I love it. It's just so soft-spoken. It's not in his nature. Like, he can be mad for a couple seconds, but it's not gonna land as hard. It's not menacing or intimidating in any way.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Good, I don't want to talk to you either.
Good.
Good.
Guys,
Great Scott!
what?
How long has that light been red? Flux capacitor's down again.
Is that bad?
It's fixable, but it's a two-man job.
So what?
We'll be right back.
Okay, she's literally dragging him.
Capacitors?
Right, I was lying. Obviously, that stupid light is always...
Oh,
The boys have already circled Zone G1 like 5 times already, and even if they miraculously find Hopper, where does that get us exactly?
okay, so what do you propose?
Whereas your plan is genius.
Okay.
Totally. When you got an antenna in your head, goddammit, we may as well use it.
You got an antenna.
So you wanna...
Skip school, play hooky, connect your brain into an interdimensional monster's radio signal, and save little Wheeler?
Okay, how?
I mean, your mom is gonna be raging mad. I mean, she's probably right. I mean, it is...
We're gonna go against Joyce? Are you sure of that?
Screw it.
He's so tired of playing it safe. Oh, the surveillance camera. Shit, fuck.
She's here. Dr. K.
What do you mean? Here.
Damn stubborn punk ass. Hey.
It's not really cramp.
Max. First clean, then disinfect.
Then bandage. Oh, from season 3.
Did a lot of crazy things in that war. Reckless things. You might call them brave. But there's a fine line between bravery and stupidity.
He's getting so emotional lately. I think like this situation has taken a toll on them. It's draining them of all of their energy, all of their will to live. Like after a while, how can you even endure it after so long? Enough is enough.
I don't want to lose you.
And beyond that, her larynx is extremely damaged. I'm afraid she wouldn't be able to talk to you even. No, listen to me.
Oh no.
Finding your mother when you did saved her life. Let's not risk it now.
Okay. So then we can't do anything. Sweetheart.
What now?
We need to change sheets in 307.
Ooh. This is why Nance is dressed as a volunteer. Hospital volunteer in the set pictures.
I don't trust doctors who smoke. Don't call me sweetheart.
I knew it. Don't you call me sweetheart. You don't know who I am. I'm Nancy Wheeler, for crying out loud.
We can still turn back if you want.
Not a chance.
Scared of my mom at this point.
I would be too. I love them as a couple. Doing things.
And my receiver is proximity based. I need to get close to the demo to tap into the hive mind. Maybe earlier when the demo was passing by, it was headed for its monster lair.
I've been meaning to ask you, were you at the hospital yesterday?
The hospital?
What?
No.
No. Wasn't me.
She's a candy striper. She's my friend. We're
my friend.
Thing is, some people might not understand our friendship. Basically.
Oh, I love how she's taking the long way around. Oh my god, they're so nervous and awkward.
Might just be better if nobody knew.
Mm-hmm.
It stayed between us.
I didn't see anything. Where are you going?
It's a mandala. Did you do this, Mrs. Harris's class, 5th grade? It's so cool. Though, come to think of it, it's not even really a mandala. I mean, it's just a spiral. Mandalas are usually...
Oh. What is it?
Or a mandala, or a mandala.
I heard laughter.
What?
In my vision.
Yeah.
Kids laughing.
Yeah, I remember. It sounded like kids.
What is it?
It's a full flesh wall. Have they ever seen something like this before? Oh my god!
Holly was here.
That's Holly had the shoes.
Maybe that's why I can't find her in my mind.
Mm-hmm. And now what? What's behind this wall then? They're not gonna end this here, right? Oh, thank God. Wait, let me just stop right here. The last thing that Finn Wolfhard needed was a white outfit and a sleeveless outfit. Because he just looks as white as a sheet of paper right now. Lanky, skinny, white. I mean, I love him. He's great, but this doesn't really suit him at all. And Nancy too, like, apart from the hat, the rest of it is nice. With the slippers and the socks.
Limp or something. What?
Limp!
Don't look back. What kind of limp is that?
It's a limp. It's a regular limp.
It's a regular limp. Oh. Are they here?
Mom. Can you hear us, Mom?
Poor Karen. Man, she's so strong.
Mom.
She's awake? My children.
It's gonna be okay. Just it needs time to heal.
Poor Karen, they're forcing her to write.
She's missing.
No.
We think there's someone that knows where Holly is. Who knows why she was taken and where she is. We just don't know where he is.
We don't know his name, but Holly, she calls him Mr. What's-It.
Teacher saw talking to W. W as in what's it? Nobody. There.
In my vision earlier, the sky was spinning.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I was here, right here on this merry-go-round during Miss Harris's recess.
When it started spinning so fast.
I thought you were seeing through the eyes of the Demogorgon.
No, I know, so did I. But you said yourself Vecna controls the hive mind, right? Which means he's a part of it too. So when he searches for his victims...
He invades their minds.
He sees what they see.
Okay.
Wearing or anything like that?
Oh, she did?
Time for breakfast.
I could recognize that voice anywhere. Jamie. Pocket watch.
Vest. Okay, he wears a vest. He is gentle and kind.
Oh my god.
I was seeing through the eyes of Vecna's next victim, this victim he's stalking, which means I was seeing through
Holly's eyes.
Say if he has a first name?
Yes? She did? H.
There's here yet?
No, not yet.
You will save them too, won't you? Save them from the monster?
Yes, Holly. Don't you worry.
Guys, I've got chills. Henry.
Every last one.
Oh shit. Double, triple shit. Oh my god, it's the house! It's the Crill's house! Fuckity fuck.
Your friends first. And after, I'll save your family too, of course.
Oh my god, it's so creepy. Shit. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Wait. Stop. Okay, no wait. Let's just move the camera. Oh my god. The last few minutes were so creepy. I was getting chills all over. The kind of creepy violin piano music that they play whenever Henry is involved is just giving me the ick every time. Oh my god. Again, not much of a surprise for me because I've seen behind the scenes pictures with Jamie dressed as Mr. What's-It, so I knew that something weird was going on, but I couldn't actually understand any of it from the set pictures. Now it's all making sense because I was like, how is Holly in the 80s talking to a younger version of Vecna dressed as a man in his 50s, like at the same time? How is it possible? How is it gonna work? This makes sense. I'm not understanding in which capacity this is either an imaginary situation, a vision, something in between, or something very real, very physical, very present, but that other people and adults are not seeing. I don't know the extent of it. I don't know what Henry's plan is. It involves children and saving children, which means gathering children and bringing them into its lair in the Crill's house. But that's about it. I don't understand shit, honestly. And I'm so sorry for Holly, honestly, because this shows in a very extravagant and extra way a dynamic that sadly it's way too common, which is the dynamic of children being abducted by people, by strangers that they don't know, because they gain their trust in a very vulnerable moment in their lives as children, as gullible children, and she's being just that, a gullible children, because she's following this Mr. What's-It, even though he's nice and kind. Are you actually following him into a house that he takes you to? I mean, this is just creepy, and I'm so sorry that it's happening to Holly. I don't really understand the extent of the dangers that she's in, but it's clear that Mr. What's-It, Henry, has been working on her for months. He's been working on gaining her trust so much, little by little, while simultaneously dragging her away from her parents, from her family, from her friends, from the people that care about her. But what I don't get is why now use the force of a Demogorgon to take her and to physically drag drag her into the other side. I don't really understand why now was the time to actually physically come and look for her in the Wheeler's house in such a violent way and destroying everything in the process. I wish I could analyze it with a clear head and kind of find out what his motives are. Of course, he's targeting helpless children because it's this thing, apparently. He's obsessed with children, and whichever way you put this phrase, it doesn't sound good. So yeah, even in this universe, it's creepy as fuck and it's not right. Oh my god, it hits me randomly as I'm watching the episode that we are watching new episodes. I get so pulled into the story that sometimes I forget that we're in the midst of the new season. We're watching new scenes, new episodes, new dialogue. Like, I'll be here watching the episode and every once in a while I'll be like, oh shit, I'm actually watching season 5. I just can't wrap my head around it. I was just thinking about if anything stood out to me. Probably the most unexpected thing was for Ted Wheeler to come face to face with the Demogorgon for the first time ever, and him not even thinking twice about hitting it with a golf bat is just incredible. What other 50-year-old something, 50-year-old something man, suburban man who had never seen anything out of the ordinary in his life would have the presence of mind and the courage to do such a thing? Maybe it's just survival instinct, I don't know. Maybe he didn't even think about what he was doing, but he was remarkable either way. It's just crazy to me that we just saw Ted Wheeler fight off a Demogorgon, and also Karen with a broken wine bottle. She gave it all with what she could find, with the first thing that she could find as a weapon. She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Like, come on now, okay. What did you guys think about the first episode and this one? Please let me know in the comments everything that you thought, every tiny little impression, everything that you liked, everything that you didn't like, because maybe there was something that you didn't like or that you expected to go differently, I don't know. I just want to hear it all from you. And as always, thank you for choosing to spend your time watching my videos. You don't know what it means to me, so thank you very much. And I'll see you at the next video, okay? I'm counting on it. Bye!